First thing, I want to say congratulations and welcome to the most toxic community ever. Of course I'm kidding, but you just got into Valorant but don't really know what to do. Well, I got you. So let's jump right into it.
Let's go. New year, new me, turn it up a new degree. I'm gonna make it to the top if it's the last thing I see.
For the first thing, we have to take a look at our characters. There are plenty of agents to choose from depending on your playstyle and team composition, of course. I could go very deep on this, but for now, let's just keep it simple. We have 4 different kinds of agents. We have dualists, who are the ones who make the plays. Those are the ones who usually have a kit to deal damage or get out real quickly. We also have our sentinels, who are a bit more busy with holding a site rather than claiming it. We also have controllers, who try to force the enemy team off of certain places by using smokes, for example. Finally, we have initiators, who set up plays for the team by revealing enemies or force them out of position. Maybe not as simple as I tried to make it, but hopefully you get the idea. This brings us to our second topic, which is economy. See, every round you get credits. With credits you can buy weapons and abilities. So it's important to keep track on that and make sure you don't spend too much so you can buy in the next round. Of course, if you survive the next round, you get to keep your gun. Okay, you have your agent, you have your weapon ready to click some heads, but what do I do next? Depending on which side you play on, you either start defending or attacking. When you are on the attacker side, you will have to plant a spike on one of the sides on the map. You can find the spike in your base at the start on each round. When the spike explodes, you win the round, or if you kill all of the defending players. As for the defending team, obviously they win if they defuse the spike or kill all the attackers. To win the complete game, you'll have to get a total of 13 points. Now you know what to do, so you're ready to go in. Let me give you some aim tips. I'll divide this into 2 sections for you. So let's start with crosshair placement. When you place your crosshair, you really want to try and put this on head level. The reason for this is very simple. You don't have to adjust so much to get the kill. In most FPS games, people like to aim for the center body, but in Valorant, you're going to use weapons who can one-tap headshot you, so try and keep it on head level as much as possible. For the second section, you have your movement. You will rarely hit the target if you're walking. That's why we stand still. What? I don't want to stand still. And you're obviously right. That's why you should be AD strafing. Now what is AD strafing exactly? It's when you go left and right, but with a small tap into the other direction. So if I'm moving left and see an enemy, I want to tap my D key to move right a bit. Then this will completely stop my movement so I can stand still and shoot my target. In your left top corner, you'll find your minimap. But I strongly suggest you only look at this when you are in cover or standing in a corner. Which brings us to the next topic, and that's corners. So check your corners. It's a mistake that also I'm still guilty of doing, but do this as many times as possible. There could always be an enemy lurking around somewhere. Use your abilities to isolate or outplay enemies and plant a spike or defend your site. I could go really in depth on this with all of the abilities, but it depends on what agent you want to play, so I suggest you go figure them out yourselves. Before we go on, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe. It would really help me out, hopefully the same way this video helps you out. Whenever you are in doubt, blame lag. Of course I'm kidding. But when you are in a situation when you are in doubt, just take a step back, maybe literally in your game of course, and think about your next step, and place yourself in the enemy shoes. Communication is key in Valorant. When you know where an enemy is, just tell your teammates so they know for sure. When you're not familiar with the callouts, it will sound something like this.
A-part tip redact. What? A-part tip redact scavern. What are you talking? Rather than scavern.
But you'll get used to them when you play the game more and more. But try and make some of those callouts even if they might seem worthless. You heal yourself or you can't help the others. Of course I'm just kidding again. But if you're playing a healing character and maybe you and your teammate are both low, it's actually best to heal your teammate instead. Especially with the recent changes to Sage, she heals more HP to a teammate than she does to herself. So keep that in mind. And last but not least, if you're low on HP, just run around like a headless chicken. Okay. This was my last joke, but serious. If you're low on HP, and you're not 100% sure if you can win the duel, it's sometimes actually interesting to just run around carelessly just to check where the enemies are and give that info back to your teammates, so hopefully they can clutch it up. So that wraps up our beginner's guide for Valorant. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Efficient out.
Let's go. New year, new me, turn it up a new degree. I'm gonna make it to the top if it's the last thing I see.